She's a wonderful house, isn't she? Look at her, she looks lived in already. We got all the furniture from the Geddes Ranch sent over. We got some great friends. They can see that we want to make a go of it in this world, and that draws support from well-wishers. But we got to do some kind of paying of respects now, I think. So let's just... So RDR2 grave locations. Yeah, I've looked at it before. Let's get this one. So US Gamer, thank you very much for taking the time to write this. Hiran Cryer. Hiran, nice name. So, grave locations. Well, spoilers. So we've got Jenny Kirk. We've got Davy Callender. We've seen Davy Callender's. We saw him near to Coulter. So we've got Jenny, Davy, Sean Maguire, Kieran Duffy, Eagle Flies, Hosea Matthews, Lenny Summers, Susan Grimshaw, and last but never least, Arthur Morgan. I think maybe we should head up to see Jenny's first. She's at the very, very north of the area over here, all the way up here, and it's just around about here. So it's going to take a while to move around, so I'll do a lot of chopping, and every time we sort of come past things that were worth talking about, but this is about just getting back in touch with what was great about this game, discussing about the characters that we engage with. I'll see you later, boys. We'll be back in a bit. And the journeys we've been on, because it's been a crazy ride. The place we're about to go to now, Coulter, I just can't believe the immersion I felt in that opening chapter when we were up in the snow there. God, I was in. I've never been more in anything in my life, and that kind of feeling that I had of the emotions that the gang were feeling were projected onto my own, and I'll just never forget it. What a game that can put you through that. Just brilliant. All right, well let's go up to the snow. I haven't got any. Do you know what I haven't got? Yes, have we got some? No, we haven't. What we might have to do is go via. Where are we going via? We might have to go via Valentine and go back to the wardrobe. Let's go to the hotel over here and have a little look. And we could probably do with a shave as well, I think. So let's go and do that.
Please! Somebody! Hey, you!
Hey.
You!
What do you want? Is this going to be
You
a...
gotta help me!
Okay.
Mr. Abel Stucks been wanting us to sign our land over. Only this time I escaped, but they have my husband. They're gonna kill him.
Okay.
Abel Stucks, huh? Where are they?
It's the stone farmhouse back there where I came from.
I'll head there now.
I'll see about finding more help.
We've got a little mission here. I've not come across this one before. Go and kill the thugs. Someone's screaming. Right. So what's going on here? Let's get our guns at the ready.
Whoa now.
You don't sign this over, I'm gonna take a long time on you. Just do it. You're gonna do it.
Down here?
You see, we're used to a mite more... They're killers! Get them! The hell?
I've got to shoot him in the leg here. He's never going to use that arm again.
Hey, untie me, will you?
Yeah. Hello?
Still breathing, fella?
Get these damned ropes off me.
I shall untie you, my friend.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Those goddamn bastards deserve that and more.
Certainly
My
did.
wife. You seen my wife by any chance?
Yep, she was over the way. She saved your life, buddy. Absolutely saved your life. Gold pocket watch.
Oh, God. I have to find her.
Well, that's our reward, isn't it? A gold pocket watch. Very diverting. Yeah, you head off, buddy. To be fair, in the last sort of third of the game, I haven't really been bothering with these sort of situational random events. I've just kind of been, because I met so many of the same ones, and they kind of repeated themselves, it began to lose its value towards the end, and its wonder. So maybe that attitude left me not experiencing a few, because I can't imagine that's the only time I would have ever had the chance to experience that. I imagine if I kept doing them, we would have come across that a good few times. But yeah, random events, a powerful thing. I think I can't remember who was talking about it, but I think the developers were intent on every 180 seconds to deliver an experience to keep you engaged in the world, be it an animal passing or a random event like that, or a mugging, or something going on that will keep you engaged with the world and keep you excited. And to be honest, it keeps happening. It keeps happening. So yeah, powerful. Just leave you in the middle of the road. First off, quick shave.
Should have had that last
Where will
one.
be today, partner?
I think we're just going to go for a shorter left parting hair, and then facial hair. No, just go for clean shaven, I think. All right. See, a beard. You're a good beard for a while, but beards can be a bit beardy after a while, can't they? Okay, let's go and change our clothes at the hotel. I think we need to buy a room. I'm going to go back to that outfit we had earlier, the rancher, and put on a different vest. I'm happy with that one, and I might change the shirt. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Let's just put this on, store on horse. There we go. Okay, now let's get up to Coulter. Quick, smartish. You can see the edges of the stones becoming a bit snowy now. Here we go. God, I feel like Arthur. Feel like Arthur now. Wow, really is not good weather at the moment. Well, apparently it's around here somewhere. Come on, Jenny, don't let me down. I want to see your grave, my dear. Aha, I can see it. It's just down here. Well, that looks very hurried, doesn't it? So Jenny died during the failed heist in Blackwater. Jenny Kirk. And I don't know if John really knew Jenny. I don't know how long she was in the gang before John was off on his own. He sort of left the gang and took a year away and couldn't face up to his responsibilities, either in the gang or with his family, basically. So when they were up here, I imagine Lenny Summers buried her with Hosea, maybe, because Lenny was supposed to be sweet on her, and Hosea made the joke about Lenny and Jenny. They were made for each other. So Lenny was obviously really cut up that Jenny had died.
Easy there.
Came up here and buried her. I don't know this for sure, but let's say it's true for argument's sake. Came up here and buried her, and Lenny just got on with things, didn't he? He didn't he was one of the most reliable members of the gang, right up to his end. We'll see him in a minute. Right, if we head back down to Coulter, what we'll find is Davy's Calendar's grave, and we did come across him randomly before, but let's just go and pay our respects again.
Hey,
I
easy.
think he was in here somewhere. Is it this one? Yeah, there he is, and we've already seen him, so let's just have a look. So Davy is another guy we didn't really get to meet. Well, we kind of did for the last sort of few minutes of his life, at least. And he was on the back of the carriage that was being ridden by, I think it was Dutch was on there, and and the cook was on there. And the first guy to say the words in this whole game was the Reverend. And they went on to say about how Davy's not going to last much longer. So that was Davy. And these are the areas where we first got to know our gang. All the girls and some of the guys were in there. All the armed soldiery type dudes were in this one over here. And over here was where Dutch was, with Hosea. And Molly and Arthur had a crib in there as well. And Pearson was in there with the cook equipment, and Charles was looking after the horses. So everyone had their job, but the gang was on the run. It wasn't a proper camp. Now,
Never thought I'd say this, but good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
did you hear that? Isn't that crazy? Never thought I hear myself say this, but good to see you, Arthur Morgan. So that was obviously when we were up being killed by wolves, attacked by wolves, and Arthur and Javier came to save the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Rhodes. So what we're going to do is we're going to head down over here, and we're going to do a loop all the way around. So let's head down and see Sean Maguire. I think we're being chased by wolves here. Okay, let's change out of that, back into our custom outfit. It's not cold anymore. Okay, we're not far now. Coming along towards the camp we had in Rhodes. So they obviously buried him nearby to that at the time. They just plucked him out of Rhodes town. Should be just down here. Don't want to mess with these guys at the moment. Nah, you can get on with that, mate. We don't need to know.
You ain't like this.
Don't need to know. I think they'll leave us alone. Looking for a lantern. Bugger knows where it is. Okay, it's supposed to be somewhere around here. Where are you, Sean? Aha, here we go. They are, Sean. Now, can we inspect it? Don't know if we can inspect it like we did the other ones. Don't think we've seen it before. Yeah, so Sean obviously died when the Greys took him out. The Greys were double crossing us because we were basically trying to screw them over. And but he was a lovable Joker character, and the camp loved him. Arthur pretended not to, but he was coined as being like an annoying brother to Arthur. That's cool, isn't it? So that was Sean. We didn't really get to see much of Sean. He was lauded for coming back into the camp, being saved and coming back into the camp, and we enjoyed him for a chapter, but that was it. That was it. Kind of a chapter and a half, really. So we didn't get to know Sean very much, but he was certainly the lighter side of the characters.
There. Let's go, girl.
So next up, yeah, these guys still want to know, don't they? Next up, we will go and see Kieran Duffy. Here we go. We nearly ran over it. So they buried Kieran Duffy out here. They came to our mansion where we were hanging out, the O'Driscolls, and because he was a former O'Driscoll, he He was treated very badly because he left under a cloud, and he was a prisoner of ours, and then he became part of our gang. And he wasn't really part of our gang, but he just kept his head down. He was always in charge of the horses and things, and we just let him crack on in the camp. And he was very sort of unassuming, and just wanted to get on. And he knew that the gang would look after him if he tried to look after them, and he did. So they were pretty sad when he went. Pretty sad indeed. So here he is, and he's got a nice spot in the field, in the paddock. So I don't know if John or Arthur were particularly fond of him, but Arthur would have been, excuse me, because Kieran saved his life. Literally saved his life, and that's probably the only reason that they let him be, because Arthur vouched for him in his way. Okay. A couple of our number died in Saint Denis at the kind of the major moment in the game. So let's go and see those guys. See you, Kieran. Okay, so somewhere over here. I'm not sure I'd like to be buried here, but I think they did it in a rush, and here they are. Yeah, this is where the night people roam. I wouldn't like to be anywhere near these guys, but I think they needed to do it in a rush. I can't remember who snuck in. It might have been Sadie snuck into Saint Denis to collect their bodies while they weren't looking away from the Pinkertons. They probably quickly rushed out here to sort them out. There's Lenny. Quickly made a grave. And then here's Hosea. So they were mates, I think. We always used to see them around the table in the camp, chatting and delivering pearls of wisdom to from Hosea. I think he really liked Lenny, and probably looked up to him in a way because of his character. And Lenny looked up to Hosea. They were a bit of a team. Hosea never had any children, so if he could have had a son, it would probably be someone like Lenny. And and Lenny kind of had a good family, an encouraging father, and he wanted to move into the law, I think, but his dad got murdered by a gang. So in revenge, he turned to that side himself. And Hosea, he had dreams and big plans, and he thought they aligned with Dutch, but that alignment became unlinked at some point. And but it was Hosea's plan to go and do that bank, but it just went wrong. It went wrong. The Pinkertons were one step ahead, and that was because of Micah.
Come on, girl. One more time.
One more time? Okay. Well, that is one more time. Okay, so we've done now. It's Susan Grimshaw next, and then we're going to go up and see Eagle Flies, and last of all, Arthur Morgan. Look at that rainbow. Now, I wonder if we're going to get across here. Yeah, I think we will. We've ruined his fishing, though. Uh-oh. Buggered it here. There we go. There we go. That wasn't the right thing to do. I've got us across, though. Right, somewhere up here. She's got a great spot. There she is.
Easy now.
Probably the best of the lot. I wonder who buried Susan Grimshaw. It wouldn't have been Dutch, that's for sure. And I wonder who came back. So it must have been Abigail or Charles, or I wonder who it would have been. Maybe it was Sadie. But she was the the glue of the camp, wasn't she? She organised everything, and she was never, rarely seen outside of the camp locations. And Dutch respected her to the nth degree, and everyone hated her but loved her at the same time. She was what they needed, a sort of a hard matron, but soft round the edges, and knew that it came from a good place. They all bitched about her, but they all loved her at the same time. And definitely the best spot of the whole place, the whole lot so far.
You got this, girl.
Certainly wouldn't like to be outside of Saint Denis, and I certainly wouldn't like to be up in the mountains. But this one's a good one. Okay, next one is Eagle Flies, which is a little bit past Arthur over here. But let's do it.
Slow up now.
I thought he might be a little bit around here. That's been burning for a long time. That has been burning for years. That's crazy.
Keep moving. I'll have
Okay,
nothing
mate.
to do with you.
I'm not bothered about you at the moment. I think this is him here. There he is. Eagle Flies. That's also a very cool spot overlooking that. So yeah, the Wapiti tribe, they were pretty much done over by the white man in all respects for centuries, and kind of finished off by the white man as well. The younger Eagle Flies was hot-headed and wanted to avenge the wrongdoing of his people. The more wizened, broken almost Eagle Flies wanted to kind of cling on to survival at any costs, and try and do it softly politically, and play the white man at his own game. But Eagle Flies had enough of that, and Dutch riled him up to and enabled him emotionally and physically to go and do that. So yeah, Eagle Flies is dead because of us, but maybe the corporations would have got him and his people eventually. Okay, so last one now is our mate. Let's see how we can get up to see Arthur. See, I can't remember who buried Arthur. I think it might have been Charles or Sadie or both. I think it was Charles, actually. And the same person probably buried Susan Grimshaw, but they wanted to spend a little bit more time thinking about where they could put Arthur, and they wanted to give him the spot. Susan's won the game so far, I think second by second Eagle Flies for that waterfall, but can Arthur top it?
As long as I can start a fire, I'll never go hungry.
Slow now.
Okay, let's go find him. I don't know where he is. Is he down here? I think he's up on this ridge up here, so we'll try and go and grab him. I don't know if I'll be able to get up that way. Let's try a different way.
There's my girl.
How are we going to get up there, do you think? Right, let's carry on up. Can we get up here?
What in the hell?
Wow, look at that. That is incredible. Where are you, dude? We'll give it a go. Oh, he's just up here. Ah, here's our friend. Hello, Arthur. I think if we had ridiculously high honour, we would have had flowers on here adorned everywhere, but we did not. We made very few friends in our time, so it is fairly sparse. But on a better day, we'd be able to see further. But there's our buddy. Let's read what it says here. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. So Arthur has stuck through us through 100 and something episodes, and it was a fantastic ride for me, and one of the better characters. I really am enjoying playing John again. There's something about his voice, even though he's more pessimistic and perhaps not as endearing as Arthur, I am still very, very fond of John. So I'm glad we got the chance to finish the game off with John, being in charge of John. But Arthur, love you, mate. And we're going to get our revenge. We're going to make it right, and that's going to be the next episode. We're going to start the next episode in Armadillo. We're going to check out that area, and then we're going to head home and finish up this game. So please join me as the fog descends for the last episode, next, of the dishonourable adventures of Arthur Morgan and John Marston. I have an unlikely dream that one day I shall be able to make this content on a full-time basis as my job, and it's a dream you might be able to help me with. If you enjoy what I do and want to see more of it and contribute to the channel's longevity, then please head over to my Patreon page for details on how you can do just that. Thanks for watching.